Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a guest video from Demolition Hound, a double feature showing the Goline Assault Armor before and after its buffs. Goline Assault Armor is, of course, a low to mid cost raid with a whole bunch of fun abilities. It has I believe it has the original Federation shotgun. Unlike the one the Gym Raid has, it does not stun in one shot. It takes quite a few, but it can build up quite a bit of location damage pretty quickly if you need. You can see it also has a shoulder cannon and a heat lance, so it's got an interesting set of weapons for a raid in particular. There were not at the time it was introduced a lot of raids that had a shoulder cannon, and yeah, right now it is kind of a mess, as the beginnings of rounds tend to be, so we will see how this goes. I imagine it'll go fairly well, but yeah. Okay, Gundam EX is what got the last shot in, but yeah, this is, yeah, I've had openings like that, especially if somebody decides to try and take point A at the beginning of the round. I remember years ago we were playing a round and Nurse Gundam said, hey, there's somebody over there at that point you should never ever try to take at the beginning of the round. She's not wrong. It can work out, but it can work out, but only if you really luck out with the chaos. Okay, that is the Jim Kai Shadows that Demo almost had. I suspect if one more shotgun pellet had connected there, it would have worked. Somebody else, I think, nope, there it is. Okay, Vulcan time. Yep. Not the best Vulcans in the world, but they did the job in a pinch. I'm going to be interested to see. I'm not sure if the counter animation has changed or not. But I do know that they have improved its shield tackle skill. Oh yeah, not going to see that right now because Demo's shield got broken. I just forgot that Gelgug with the Heat Lance exists. I do not have that yet, so that's at least two with the refined Gelgug that I do not have. So, refined formula Gelgug, I think. Again, fuzzy on the F90 stuff. I've played the F91 game that all of those Mars Xeon suits show up in, but it's been a long time. Well, let's see, 5.5 minutes to go. Pretty close scores. Not a bad place to be. And yeah. Yeah, it looks like most of the fighting is just kind of happening around point A at the moment. That's basically one of the two ways that this map tends to go. Either everybody fights around point A, or they fight their way around to the outside points from going up the middle near the stadium. Let's see, that is the Gundam EX. The Gundam EX is down. Yeah, the downswing on that Heat Lance is pretty formidable. And yep, Demo waited for the smoke to clear to attack, make sure he wasn't going to hit that gun cannon, and I think that was wise. Yeah, was that a gun cannon, Aqua? I think it was. I forgot those had stealth until I was playing around today, and just like, why are you following me? I'm in a stealth suit. It's like, oh yeah, I'm in a stealth suit with jamming, so that means that you are effectively hidden if you hang out with me, because they'll just think it's me. Which, yeah, not a bad idea. And yeah, apparently it is just Heat Lance days here. Yeah, enemy team's starting to pull ahead a little bit, but yeah, there's still time for that to change. I'm not sure if this was before or after the Gym 3 got buffed. I think it was after. I still haven't tried that. There's so many buffed suits I have not had a chance to try. But again, that's just the nature of the beast. I'm either trying out the new stuff I got, trying to do requests, or occasionally trying something that I really like and think I can get an okay round with that has been buffed. So, just how it works out. I will get around to all of them eventually. Let's see. Ow. Why am I saying ow? I'm not even in this round, let alone the one who got hit. But yeah, it's funny. The one online game, Let It Die, just recently announced that they're going to create an offline version when they bring out the sequel. And I really, really hope that one day when GBO2 has run its course, there is an offline version of that. Because, yeah, just like it just would really be a shame to lose all of this. Now, that's the nature of live service games. The nature of playing games you can never really even, own a copy of, even if, of course, the legality around games being, even if you own a hard copy, you are technically not considered to own it anymore because, I am rambling and going off topic here, but yeah, you get the idea. I want like a copy of this that works that I can play, play in the nursing home, like hopefully at least 30 years from now, but maybe more. But yeah, like, okay, mind is wandering too much. Just brain is totally on vacation. Let's get back to the actual round. Yeah, this shotgun, yeah, compared to the camphor shotgun, which of course almost, there's a version of on so many Xeon suits now, not just the camphor and the Efreet, which is where it started. Yeah, just it is so different that, and there's always a there's always a certain amount of dislike for weapons that cannot stun instantly, and that's just because the game's combat, especially at mid to close range, is built almost entirely around stunning. So I get that, I really do, but yeah, just I don't know. I feel like if it just had a slightly like tighter spread, so that you could you could be sure to hit with more pellets and do more damage, it would probably be pretty well liked as it is. But yeah, the gym raid, which the level 3 and 4 of which will be available later later this month as part of the holiday festival missions. That will definitely that definitely has the better Federation shotgun. But it'd be kind of nice if you well, I think Salty and I've talked about this before. Having a solid shot variant to that shotgun would be really handy. Good splash around the corner. Pixie managed to get out of the way. Tried to counter with a downswing, which is probably almost exactly what I would have done, and got countered and lanced. So, and there's the Gundam hammer. So again, type advantage and no instant stun, meaning you can fire it right next to your allies, like Demo just did, and not have any risk of stunning them. That actually made that a good weapon for supporting that Gundam after the heavy stagger from the hammer. So yeah, it looks like this may be a close one that probably is not quite going to go over, but it is going to be close. So nothing wrong with that. Yeah, and that was a fun round. That was good stuff. Yep, mission failed. Yeah, again, like I've said, I'd rather have a fun close round than a runaway success round that just feels bad. It happens. 9 and 5 and 111,000 damage. Very nice. So, all right, let us now take a look at the next round. All right, and this is the post-buff round. They gave it some more hit points. They upped its maneuver armor and assault booster levels. They apparently did give it an animation for the claw on its shield, I believe. And they also gave it bullet feeder to make it reload faster if you have not completely emptied your ballistic weapons, and also immobile fire system, I believe it is, so it's harder to interrupt when it's using the shoulder cannon, and I think it's a little bit of a damage boost as well. So that is not the worst news. I like the changes. Again, I like that the claw shield is apparently, from what I hear, now actually represented in some way. I am very good with that. And yeah, it's the buffs seem pretty good. I will, as always, give an overview at the end of the round, as I tend to do. And okay, I thought that person was down, but see, got out of the way of an easy 8. That's another one that's gotten buffed that I want to get around with. Haven't managed yet, but you may notice that it is actually using all of the Vulcans it should have together at once now. Both the head Vulcans and the ones in the chest. So that's another one that got a limited release skill that gives it, I believe, a rate of fire and damage increase, and at least rate of fire, and I think ups the possibility of build stun too. So, yeah, I need to get around with that. So many things. That is the downside to the twice annual buff festival. Just trying to cover as much of it as possible, and not miss everything else that I need to be doing. Also, just even buffed, there are just some of these I'm still not very good with, which is a separate consideration. Good job on that Gym Guard custom. And let's see, that is a Gundam. I do like the extremely gaudy camo on the Gundam. I like bright colors. I like bright colors and oddball color schemes. I still see people out there doing like the equivalent of the of like some of the like really bright color schemes I did for GBO1. Like, somebody I think once asked me, for the for my birthday, I'd like you to post the brightest, most clashing colors you can, and I came up with a pretty good set that, again, I still see people doing the equivalent. I don't know if that's because of me or just because there's only so many ways you can make colors atrocious. But either way, it's fun to see it when they turn up. Let's see, yeah, so far round's going very well, and I know there's still volume variance on my voice, but I have tried a couple of new things to just to keep it a little bit more consistent. So yeah, I'm trying to make that better. I've still got a ways to go. There's a lot I need to just get better with in terms of using this mic and audio processing. But yeah, a little bit of consistency is good. So just trying to work on that in the meantime. Let's see, good shot there. And yeah, this does look pretty good. Of course, if you have not played an underwater map in a while, it is nice to have port base high tide back in circulation. Yeah, they have changed how water compatibility goes. That works, I believe, earlier this year it was. Water compatibility now does not slow down, or water does not slow down mobile suits at all. But, there is a good one. And, okay, did not use the claw for that. I think it does come out when you do the tackle, but of course that's going to be hard to see from behind. But yeah, water doesn't slow down mobile suits anymore. You do get a speed boost if you have water compatibility and you are underwater. So yeah, things like the GOG, when they go underwater, get a speed boost, which the GOG in particular needs. That's one we'll have to get to eventually. But yeah, that is a support. So oh yeah, there is a Gym Cannon 2 here on the enemy side. Okay, yeah. I thought I'd heard that the claw was actually animated now, but I'm not sure I'm seeing it. If this ever gets another round of buffs, having that as like another melee weapon would not be bad. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, demo's pretty much locked down by the enemy team, so hopefully that keeps at least one or more of them in the support fire. It looks to have done. But yeah, they're basically within one mobile suit of the enemy team now on demo's side. That's okay. Yeah, they 5 points. There's a 5-point difference. Okay, yeah, that's workable with 2.5 minutes left. That's a good place to to hopefully get a decent lead from. Good splash damage there. Follow up is good, and nice work by both Demo and his teammate, because yeah, I was really convinced they were going to get knocked down, but yeah, but both they and Demo did not let that happen. That was good timing. It is really hard to stop those lance charges before they can cause problems, honestly. So, and yeah, I don't know why, but just the last couple of days I've been trying to do a raid with stealth and jamming, which you've probably figured out by now is the Ifrit Nacht, and yeah, just everybody wants to live in your attack range. I don't quite understand it. Just I think it's because there are limited missions for damage right now, so that is probably accounts for a fair bit of it. But yeah, man, frustrating. So I thought I had something with that, and then I didn't quite, which is one of the reasons that this double feature is happening today. Let's see, minute left, slight lead by Demo's team, and guard custom. Does Demo? Yep, Demo does have enough feet to make that work. Bit of an even trade, but you know, Allied team's lead is being maintained. And, you know, since he was that low on health anyway, just getting something out of it, always a good plan. Okay, 40 seconds, 900 points ahead. I shouldn't say that because that's when the scores change, but yeah, if they can just hold this for about 30 more seconds or expand on it, they've got this. Well, there's the Gym Cannon 2 by itself, so I think they're in a good place. Okay, yeah, that tackle damage is pretty good. It did get a new skill, Shield Tackle Kai, which I believe, if I remember right, not only does more damage, but also does more damage to downed enemies, interestingly, which I feel like that would be a good opportunity for double tackle, but maybe at higher levels or maybe, you know, at some point on a different MS that ends up with Shield Tackle Kai. Regardless, they pulled it off, so let's take a look at the final numbers here in a moment. And yeah, okay, Demo top score at 3760, 8 and 4, 109,000 damage. Very nice. So yeah, that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. All right, so at level 1, it got another 1,500 hit points, went from 14,500 to 16,000 even. Shield Tackle skill was modified to Shield Tackle Kai. To be specific, yeah, that gives a higher damage than original Shield Tackle, and yeah, does extra damage to downed enemy units. At level 2 and 3, the Goline Assault Armor has Shield Tackle Kai level 2. At level 4, it has Shield Tackle Kai level 3. Yeah, it has Bullet Feeder level 1, so I forget the specifics. I think it's if you have used... I'm not sure if it's if you have more than 30% left in the magazine or if you've only used 30% of the magazine, but 30% is involved somewhere. And hit the reload button, you will reload 30% faster. Immobile fire system level 1, again, to help it keep from being interrupted when it's firing its shoulder cannon. Maneuver armor level 1 went to level 2, which I believe... I'm not sure if maneuver armor level 2 has a higher stun resist than level 1. It may just be added damage reduction, but yeah, should... I think the damage reduction might not kick in until level 3. And I just need to keep a list of what all these skills are and what they do at some point. Starting at level 2, the Assault Armor got more slots. It went from 15 close, 12 a mid, 5 long to 16, 13, 6, fairly standard. At level 2 and up, it got Assault Booster level 2, which is the skill that makes you jump faster, makes you harder to knock out of a jump. Level 4 got Assault Booster level 3, so it's even better at it. Reaction Booster Program level 1 has been given to the level 2 and 3. Trying to remember what that is. Is that the double tackle skill? I don't think so. It might be one just increases boost speed, but regardless, level 4 got Reaction Booster Program level 2. The Heat Lance gets increased compensation for downward melee attacks. I believe just higher downswing damage on that lunge in general. Being listed as compensation, it may actually just be increased damage as part of a combo. Not sure which. The cannon got an extra round of ammo, went from 3 to 4. It got, at level 2, the damage went up from 2415 to 2600 per shot. And upper levels, of course, also got more. Starting at level 2, the shield hit points went up from 4,400 to 5,000. Higher levels also got better shields. And yeah, that is about the size of it. And yeah, the numbers are there's enough of a disparity between the level 1 and the levels 2 through 4 that makes perfect sense. At 400, the average win rate for raids is at 50.6%. In specific for the Goline Assault Armor, 47.9. So yeah. At the higher levels, it's about the same. Raids at 550 actually have a fairly decent win rate. Slightly higher than average win rate at 51.2%. But yeah, at levels 2, 3, and 4, the Goline Assault Armor has 44% across the board. Rival win rates. Now that's a little bit different. It's in the 50% range for all 4 levels for the raid average, but yeah, level 1 Assault Armor is not too far below that, 49.6, and then starting at level 2, it goes to 40% win rate, then to 39.7 at level 3, and 36.2 at level 4. So yeah, that explains why the level 4 in particular seems to get higher levels of everything. Damage dealt, boy, yeah. Interestingly, the level 3 is actually the worst of them because it is a full 20,000 damage below the average. Average at level 1 at 400 for raids, 68,366. Level 1 Assault Armor is at 61,777. So, yeah, not the worst. Let's see. Level 2, 69,373 is the raid average, and it drops to 60,000 for the Assault Armor. Level 3 is worse. 74,000 is the raid type average at 500, and it was doing 54,000. So, yeah. 75 versus 59 at 550 in level 4. And MS losses are a little bit higher than average at all levels. Interestingly, the average amount of raid losses at 400 is 3.7. That is a fair bit higher than the averages I've seen on pretty much every other class and cost of mobile suit. Assault Armor was above that a little bit at 3.8. Drops to 3.5 on average for raids at 450, and the Assault Armor was at 3.7. Still at 3.7 for the next 2 levels, which the average for raids at 500 is 3.4, and at 550 it's 3.2. So yeah, definitely above average on all of those. So yeah, definitely good it got buffed, and I'm going to have to give this a try sometime soon.